Today we're going to talk about transitions. In addition to topic sentences having both a statement of the topic, which for us is Mockingbird, Scottsboro, and everyday life, and reference to the differentiating detail of your thesis statement, which is your definition, we must also have a transition. Think of transitions as bridges connecting paragraphs, as bridges that lay out the logic of how our paragraphs lead from one to another. For help with this, turn to page 23 of your definition essay instructional packet. If your transitions are bridges from one point to another, it's of note that your first main paragraph has nothing to bridge to. Therefore, a phrase like "to begin" will suffice. However, for your other paragraphs, there needs to be a bit more. There needs to be some logic that relates what happened in the paragraph previous to the one that follows. Notice how I relate Mockingbird to Scottsboro and Scottsboro to everyday life. As you see on page 23, there are a couple of ways of transitioning. One is to repeat a word from the last sentence of the paragraph before as you move into your new paragraph. Here you see it my definition essay. I've borrowed the idea of level-headedness from the previous paragraph and woven that same phrase into the first sentence of my next paragraph, building a transition or a sense of where I've been and how it relates to where I'm going. You have to be careful about being cheesy here with your word choices, but it will work. A better way of transitioning from point to point is found on page 23 of the definition essay instructional packet. Here they talk about logic, relating one point to another. For the purpose of our essay, the best transition logic might be comparing points and how they're similar, or perhaps maybe you will contrast how it is that the points differ from one another. Again, in the sample, I begin with "to begin." Then I compare Mockingbird to Scottsboro. Finally, because Scottsboro and everyday life are different, I use a contrasting transition, showing how it is that the two things might be set up as differing from one another.